It's boy Zappa, King of the Giant Robots, and this is your tactical forecast for October 2023. If you're new here, I thank you for watching. This is Axis Communications and Entertainment, or maybe it's not anymore. That's what the branding says. But as time goes on, we are slowly trying to shorten the name simply to Ace Zappa. Ace will continue to actually mean Axis Communications and Entertainment, but on top of that, Ace Pilots. You know, we do the mecha thing around here. We play mecha video games, or we try to. We try to translate mecha video games. We try to keep our finger on the pulse, unless it's Armored Core. But I digress. This is your video wherein we talk about things past and things going forward as far as our video game playing endeavors. Let's begin with the fact that I spent the latter half of September sick. I, here in the last days of September itself, am still congested, but there were 2 whole weekends where I could not speak without causing myself enough pain to not want to talk. Quite unpleasant and terrible when you're trying to record. That said, let us get to the schedule for October. In September, we spent a good time doing a bunch of samples and demos of games that I thought would be cool to check out, would be fun, and, you know, what if they were good for playing video games? Or doing Let's Plays is what I meant to say. As you can see, I don't rehearse this stuff. That said, at the end of September and October 1st, we wrap up our coverage of SD Gundam Scad Hammer. Unfortunately, while I went into the game hot and hyper and happy about it, the game ends up incredibly grindy and unfun and exhausting. I find that maybe unless I get one of those Wiimote Pluses or whatever, the response of wrist flicking and Wiimote swinging does not very well correlate to the actions of a hammer on a chain. That said, episode 4 drops later today. To which we move on to our continued and now more consistent coverage of Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. It was during the last days of my vacation, and I think a little bit extra during an unexpected vacation, that I completely finished the game. I had one hefty sitting, recorded a good 8 or 9 episodes in the span of a night, and the game wraps up. The last proper episode drops on October 10th, with the final episode on October 16th. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk will be on your screen every day at noon Central Standard Time, Monday through Thursday. Moving into the weekend, Front Mission 2. As of this minute, I have pre-ordered a physical copy from Forever Entertainment, and at least I am ready to mash purchase on Thursday the 5th in order to begin recording. So here at the end of September, all I have is a thumbnail. I might try to use promo footage to create an intro, just so I can have that ready to go. It's basically like a 1-day turnaround from download and play and record to put on the channel. I can get it done though. I've done things in shorter amounts of time. Most of the time. That said, those episodes will drop every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at noon Central Standard Time. Having mentioned that Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is over, we will move straight into the game that inspired it, Jet Set Radio Future. No, I did not cut off the text. I deliberately made the text too large for the thumbnail. I thought it was aesthetically pleasing to do so. That said, that's going to begin on Tuesday, October 17th, and will take the place every Monday through Thursday at noon Central Standard Time. The only other change in the schedule will be October 31st, where we will deep dive into one of the greatest survival horror games on the Dreamcast. Hopefully, as things come closer to that, I will start streaming and recording. And that will simply replace Jet Set Radio Future if it is not done by that time. The recordings for Jet Set are only so far. This brings us to our two more random and inconsistent series. Super Robot Wars Compact 2 is a translation project I'm working on. I can only record episodes as frequently as I can finish translating them. Your boy got that problem focusing, so there are some days where I record Jet Set, some days where I stare off into the void and get absolutely nothing done because I just can't focus on the translation for more than 2 minutes at a time, and I spend an hour doing something completely unrelated. I do my best though. At least as of time of recording, we are halfway through the game. We have begun Chapter 4, and I would like to hope that I can get one more episode up before... I would like to have an episode ready later today on October 1st. How about that? If it's not there, you can comment on other videos to come scream at me. Our other infrequent Let's Play may very well be the last sets of DLC for Theaterism Final Bar Line. As of, again, day of recording, they have yet to actually announce what those DLCs are. Hearsay is Final Fantasy XVI is getting a DLC set, but there are scheduled DLCs for October 11th and lastly on November 1st. So that very well may be the end. I would probably like to do one last episode after all the DLC is dropped, assuming they don't announce more out of nowhere, of just my top favorite songs from the game. That'll be a nice finale, a nice wrap up, a conclusion to the probably second longest Let's Play I've done. And I don't mean that as in terms of like episode number, because one way or another, Impact is the longest Let's Play I've done, both episode number and time. Robot Wars Impact took me a year at the pace I was recording it. But it'll be over. That said, I don't have a thumbnail, and I wish I did. So please observe our alpha guidance. No. We use the G Savior when we're talking about other stuff going on. Over on a Flightless Bird's channel, while he has been making his progress through his games, he has stated to me that when Breath of Fire 4 is done, we will begin uploading our co-hosted Let's Play of Parasite Eve 2. He has once again asked me to join him for this parasitic endeavor, and we're having a great time, even though a couple of those recording sessions were done under the duress of my ability to speak. And shortly after that, or significantly after that, we've already made the plans to begin Valkyrie Profile Covenant of the Plume. He wants me to co-host with him since he has played tactical games, but this is Valkyrie Profile, a game I'm passionate about. and tactical games, a thing I'm passionate about. And he wants me to help him get over the hurdle of what he has heard the game is bad. I don't believe the game is bad, but that is one person's opinion, and he would like me to help him change that. That said, I'm certain that he's going to take a very particular route, and probably on a very particular difficulty. As such, I will try to record and coincide parallel episodes on the harder path, perhaps even on the harder difficulty. I think that's what I did when I first played it. The game's not easy when you do that. Or maybe it is easy. Knowing how that game works, is it easier to have less allies and more abilities to superpower yourself, or easier to have more allies and more options and less ability to superpower yourself? I'll have to read my book about that. That said, it is unknown when that Let's Play or recording will begin, but that is already in the works. The plans are written on paper and ready to go. As such, let us run down the schedule one last time, or I believe I have nothing more to say. On October 1st at noon, SD Gundam Scat Hammer, the last episode of our brief look. Every Monday through Thursday at noon Central Standard Time, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at noon Central Standard Time, Front Mission Dose. I'm going to stop saying Central Standard Time. You should know by now. It shows up consistently at the same time every day. When Bomb Rush Cyberpunk ends, Jet Set Radio Future shall begin, only to either end before or take a hiatus on October 1st, which is a Tuesday. Super Robot Wars Compact 2 Part 3 episodes will come out when the translation is complete and the recordings are available. Those will drop at 3 p.m. on whatever given day. I hope to have one ready later today. And lastly, Dealer Rhythm Final Bar Line has its last 2 DLCs on October 11th and November 1st. Once I get to them, those will be up very shortly after at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, Super Robot Wars and Dealer Rhythm shall not conflict. If you wish to continue to help this channel grow, you hit that like button, you tell your friends and like-minded individuals who like giant robots and Let's Plays to subscribe, comment on videos, anything, saying, I will even accept at this juncture if you just say, burst, or maybe something like, nice robots, nice vid, have a nice positive outlook on a video if you watch the new ones as they drop. This manipulates the hard to manipulate algorithm. It tells the YouTube bots that my content is good and watchable and should be spread to more like-minded individuals with similar tastes. Be that retro RPGs, mecha anime, mecha RPGs, action games, graffiti, and ADD idiots who rant and rave. Also, I stream as frequently as my job allows at twitch.tv/ace_zappa, ACE_ZAPPA. You can find the links on the channel, usually the first link available in the video descriptions, where you can join me in my blend of hype and frustration in playing video games, because sometimes I want to play a game and it's fun until it stops being fun, and then it starts being fun again, and it is inconsistent based upon execution. Jet Set Radio Future does not control well. I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I run even further back to Jet Grind Radio. I have a massive backlog of video games. If you have mecha games or retro JRPGs that you would like me to take a peek at, by all means, drop a name, drop a link in the video descriptions or on here, especially on here. I check the comments. I reply to them as best as I can when I have something to say. I'm still a small enough channel that it is reasonable for me to do such things, even if it's you reacting to me playing a game that is notably bad. Oh boy. I appreciate that I'm getting comments on Legend of the Seven Stars, or Legend of the Stars. I almost had an impulse to do a full Let's Play, but you know what? That game is mid.
All combat is over. Now that you've tasted victory, I'm sure you'll be back.